that?
Yeah. So I think the unit economics of all retail is pretty simple. You have fixed costs, rent, electricity, more or less, building depreciation. And then you have sales. There, if you're a food service guy, then there are variable costs, costs of materials. If it's just FMCG, which is 75% of our things, it's really just the sales that got through, and there's a margin. And basically, the more sales you make, you got your fixed costs, after that it's all profit. And so that's transparent. We do a GD split, gross profit percentage split with our franchisees. And then they take care of labor and so on.
So you just you're looking into some figures and make sure that the numbers are rightly placed so that they understand what they're seeing. So it's not just about reporting the number, but really analyzing the numbers as the way it's heading.
Yes, I think I'd like to think every franchisee understands how they make money, and it's largely, increase the sales. That's not so simple because I believe, after 20 years doing this, 80% of any sales increase or decrease is because of the trade area. It's not because of anything the franchisee does. Maybe have influenced 20%, but that 20% can be measured. What's the level of customer service? How clean is the store? Are you in stock? Those three.
Rod, would you like to comment on that?
Do the franchisees know each other's economics? Do you publish a list on a quarterly basis of the 4,500? Who is the best? Who is the worst? Do they understand where they fit in your model?
I think they have scores, and they know where they sit on that range. They don't know who else is on where. Yes. No, we have awards and so on. So they go to that.
So the one becomes benchmark another. That's the reason we asked it. So it's really among massive units you can really compare apples to apples and grapes to grape. I mean, of course, regardless of demography, but what's important is show the benchmark to it. Okay, the second element, according to Rod, is scalability, scalable capability. And Steve, for Boss Coffee, how do you ensure that you are scaling your people, not only your processes and the leadership as well, scaling it, especially maintaining brand culture across very diverse locations all over the country where you operate?
So in our company, just like any other company, there's always this effort to professionalize and improve processes, right? But what is the core in our company is like really scaling people, scaling up leadership, because we believe that even if you have the best processes, if you have the best systems, but if your people are not capable of delivering and executing it, then that system is really not, it's irrelevant. Right? So we have constant efforts, and two things we do is really, our company has become people and culture centered. We have established a department that really just focuses on developing our people as one, and developing our leaders as another segment of that. And one of the things that I know is that in order to scale leadership, we also have to scale empowerment. Right? When we try to look for people, we try to look for the best people to join us, and if we believe in that person, we get out of his way. We make him execute. Of course, within the guardrails that we have established. But it's really trusting your people to be able to deliver and execute what you have planned out for the year or for your 5-year plan. But that is very important. And having the right set of people around, they will be the one to standardize everything and scale it up to, right now we have around 200 stores in the Philippines and in the Middle East. So the training is people and the right leadership, standardizes everything and you can scale it up.
So hiring is essential. I mean, you hire the right people, you have to hire the right people. Do you have some metrics that we're looking at?
Well, there is no guarantee that when you hire somebody, it's the right person. Mm-hmm. But the way to find out is to try them out. So I have this philosophy is hire fast and fire fast.
Hire fast and fire fast.
Why do I say? They always say hire slow and fire fast.
Uh-huh.
But with all companies needs searching out for the talent. And if you take your time, you always see there's also a possibility you will lose that opportunity.
Give us a tip. What are you looking at in the first one? If you're hiring as a manager, what are you looking at? Do you have a particular portfolio?
We're looking at number one, experience. If we're hiring a particular role, we have to look at the experience, the background. But I think the most important for us is the values. If the value of this person is aligned with the values of our company, then most likely we will put our bet on that person.
Okay, so it's really aligning the values that you keep in the organization and